Good morning. I'm your host for today, Tawana Wright. Thanks for joining us for another episode of Mindful Movement with AARP Alabama. Folks, today's episode is with health educator Jerri Haslem. And Jerry's going to take us through a workout this morning. Before we get started, we want to remind you that AARP empowers people to choose how they live as they age. AARP is a nonpartisan 501c4 organization that has over 420,000 members in Alabama. AARP's role is to advocate for those 50 plus and their families. AARP Alabama is committed to giving you opportunities to stay active in the comfort of your own home. The Mindful Movement series rotates between yoga and workout sessions each Tuesday and can be viewed at 10 o'clock Central each week. Jerry, how are you doing this morning?
Good morning. I'm doing great. What about you?
Doing good, doing good. Just trying to get it in for today. What do you have for us?
Today, I have a little bit of strength and stability. We're going to talk a lot about the core, and we're going to do a little bit of strength as well. So we're ready.
Okay. Jerry, we really appreciate you explaining the exercises so we can understand why we do what we do and the proper way to do the exercises.
Well,
Folks, before we
I'm
go ahead,
sorry.
Jerry.
I thank you for that. And I'm a believer of why are you doing something? And a lot of times, everybody, we just get in this habit of doing something and we don't know how or why we're doing that. We just, saw someone else do it or we've been doing it. So I am one of the instructors. I believe in, first of all, functional movement. We talk about that. And because we are remote, real things happen. I mean, we've been on the call before and the UPS driver came. So I like to explain what and why we're doing something because when you're not here, when you're not with me, you can take this, put it to your favorite music, and just do your thing.
Well, thanks, Jerry, for reminding us of that. Folks, remember before you begin any exercise routine, check in with your physician to make sure that it's safe. All right, Jerry, let's get started.
Okay, thank you. Good morning, everyone. Today, we are going to, first of all, we're in a new month, we're in May, and I'm going to talk a lot about stability, core, and strength today. So, although we're sitting in a chair, don't let that fool you as if we're not going to get a workout in. So, if you are in a rolling chair, try to make sure that you get it in a place where it's not going to roll, it's not going to move. And I want you to sit up nice in your chair. And although I have a back on my chair, I'm going to use my back to engage my abs, my core. I'm going to sit up nice and tall. And I'm going to take my feet out. And I'm going to look at the legs of this chair and try to get my feet as wide to match the chair. Sitting up nice and tall, think about zipping up your abs. Inhale and just blow it out. Again, zip up those abs. Use your back to sit up nice and strong. I don't want you to use the back of the chair. So no leaning back, just sitting up nice and tall. There we go. That's it. And I always ask you for a smile. Inhale and blow it out. Let's start with, again, our legs are matching the legs of this chair. And what I'm going to do, I'm simply going to extend one leg out at a time. When I do that, I'm sitting up nice and tall, and you're going to be able to feel that on the top of those thighs right here. So extend it out. We're sitting up nice and tall, so we feel it. Our core is engaged. We've got that stability. You can just drop your hands right by your chair, and we're just going to do 4 more, just extending it out, waking up those quads, getting everything nice and warm. Let's do 2 more, one on each side, okay? Extend it out. There we go. And just relax. And when I say that, when I say engage that ab, zipping up your abs, and a lot of times, if I say zip up your abs or hold your abs, we may have a tendency to hold our breath. I want you to hold those abdominal muscles and not your breath, okay? There we go. So again, try to get these legs out to match the legs of your chair. Sit up nice and tall. And this time, I want you to scoot just maybe halfway your chair when you do that. And I want you to think about your core and your abdominals. You can leave your hands on your thighs cross your hands over your shoulders. But what I want you to do, zip up those abs and just lean back. Thinking about those abs and bring it up. Just like your own abdominal machine, you're going to lean back and bring it up, working those abs, keeping everything in line. We're not letting our head slump either way. We're just one line, where as if we're in our own little pain, we're going to work those abdominals. Let's do 8 of them, okay? Nice and tall. Let's go. Lean back. 8, 7. And put your hands across your chest. 6. Just lean back. Abs are engaged. 5, 4, 3. It's 2. Give me one more. Come on, right. And 1. Good job. Now right here, bring those legs in. And I simply want us to take one leg and cross it over. And when we do that, you can feel that in that stretch, that hip, just press it down just a little bit. Not on your knee, but just like the inner part of your thigh. Waking up that hip, getting it nice. Hey, let's move it. We're in the chair, but we're still moving. Giving it a little bit of a press, not too tight, but just to make sure that you're aware that, hey, this is a stretch. We're opening this up, okay? Let's change it out. And one side may be more flexible than the other. You know, you may say, well, there we go. Just press it. There we go. Sit up nice and tall. Just open it up. Give it a little press. And again, one side you may have more flexibility, but we want that stability in that core. Nice and tall. Yes, that's it. Put those feet on the floor. If you have your weights, I'm going to have you to pick them up. If you don't worry about it. If you have canned goods, if you have bottles of water, always try to say, let's make this real, because real things happen. You could be doing something where you don't have weights that day, and that is fine. You don't need them. So I'm going to grab these weights, and what we're going to do, we're going to start, first of all, the weights right here in my hand. I'm just going to turn it out. Opening up that chest, turn it out. There we go. The core is nice and tight, turn it out. Now, although I'm holding the weights, I'm not gripping them so tight. I'm giving those shoulders enough room to open up. And if you've had any kind of rotator injury or rotator cuff, you're aware of what your range of motion will be from this stance. There we go. Just take it out. Just take it out. Give me 4 more. It's 4, 3, it's 2, and 1. Just opening up. I mean, you can feel that on that shoulder here, just opening up, okay? And right here, I want you just to take the weights right here by your waist, and you're simply going to extend it out. Not too high. I want 7 of these, okay? When you bring it up, again, not exaggerating, just bring it up. Core is nice and tight. Let's do 7. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Just right out to the side. Now let's just bring it in a little bit, not in front of you, but right here, just bring it up from there. There we go. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and bring it down. How does that feel? Just again, out to the side and maybe slightly, maybe a 45-degree angle. Just waking up those shoulders, thinking about our strength, and at the same time, keeping that core nice and tight. Keeping it tight. You're not relaxing or leaning on the back of the chair. You're using your back, your abdominals to sit up nice and tall. How about that? Let's do another set. Ready? Let's go. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now let's go right into like this 45 degrees. Bring it right here. There we go. 7, 6, not too high. 5, 4, working those shoulders. 3, 2, and 1. Okay. You're going to feel that just very small moves. Now we're going to take it right above our head. And again, if you've had some type of injury or shoulder, don't worry about it. You can take it out instead, okay? So just taking it out. Sometimes taking things above your head may be a little bit more difficult, especially if your range of motion is not there. So instead of us taking above our heads, we're going to take it straight out in front of us. 7, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, keep that core tight, 2, and 1, and bring it back in and put those arms down, okay? Now, let's work a little bit with the biceps. Now, what I'm going to ask you to do, although we have these weights, we're actually going to drop them. Yeah, we're going to drop the weights. And what I want you to feel comfortable with, sometimes it's just your own body weight. So if you're comfortable, I want you to place your hands on the chair. Engage your abs. You're going to walk out just a little bit. And when you do this, you're going to sit up off of the chair using your upper body. Again, if you're not comfortable, don't do it. But if you don't think you can lean up, just put your hands engaged and lean back a little bit, putting the weight on your upper body. But if you can, you're going to come off of the chair and hold your body weight up from there. Either way, let's do it for maybe 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, slide back onto the chair. When you do that, I promise you can feel that your entire arm. So what you're doing, you're holding yourself up with your upper body, okay? And if you don't feel comfortable, you can just take your hands and kind of lean back, just putting the weight on your upper body without the lift, okay? So just leaning back, putting all of the weight on those arms. Try to keep those shoulders down. We don't want to scoot into it like that. We actually want to lift up and hold that body weight. And what that's doing, that's giving you a strength with your upper body and your arms. A lot of times, we think, oh, we've got to lift something for strength. But you can hold something and it's going to give you strength. Totally different, but again, holding an object and lifting an object, 2 different ways for strength, but both of them giving you that ability to say, it's like, hey, can you hold 5 pounds for 10 seconds? And different, can you lift 5 pounds for 5 reps? So those are the kind of things we want to do to make sure, again, we're giving our body that opportunity to understand what strength is and to use it, okay? We're going to do that again. I know, because we are. So right here, place your hands on your chair. You're going to walk your feet out, and we're only going to do it again for 10 seconds. Keep those shoulders nice and down. None of this. We don't want to be our little bobblehead where we have our strength with that upper body. So I'm going to walk off of the chair, and I'm just going to hold it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. That is that strength and that stability, working your arms, working your core, all of that working at the same time. I'm going to give you an example. I say sometimes getting off of a couch or out of a chair, or maybe even if you're in a vehicle and it's a low vehicle, it's like sometimes it's a struggle to get out of that or getting out of the tub. That upper body, the lower body working together, but having the strength to pull yourself up as well as push yourself up, okay? So understanding that if you need to press those arms down, it'll cause your body to lift up, okay? Now we're going to grab the weights again, but again, giving you a difference in strength from holding to lifting. So now I'll grab these weights again. There we go, okay? Now right here, sitting up nice and tall. And what I'm going to do this time, I'm going to take the weights and they're right here by my side, and I'm just going to squeeze, bringing it up a little bit different with that bicep. So I'm working the body, but I'm working right here at the front of that arm. And notice when I do that, the arm comes straight up. I'm not using my wrist to turn it or flip it. It's one move, just here and down, okay? 8, 7, sit up nice and tall. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And when I say sit up nice and tall, that's what I mean, engaging that core, that stability. And you'll know it because you can feel it. You may not even see it, but if I were just to kind of like just relax in the chair, there's a difference versus me sitting up in the chair. So depending on how you look at it, you may not even notice it, but you can feel it when you zip up those abs, okay? So again, not relaxing in the chair, but sitting up and engaging in the chair, working those abs, because again, the core is helping the back is helping the core, okay? So let's take these weights right here. Again, we're gonna drop them by our side, but this time what we're gonna do, we're gonna take them out in front of us and we're just gonna bring it right back. We're just gonna bring it back. Notice that I'm bringing it back close to my body as if I'm roaring. I'm not taking it out. It's not out like a chicken wing. It's coming close to the body. It's that strength, okay? 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And when we do that, thinking about keeping everything in line, our elbow, that tricep is pushing it back. So you get that little strength, pushing it back right there, okay? Ready? Let's do another set. They're out here. Let's go. 8, 7. As if I'm punching somebody with that elbow. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now, I'm gonna address this because a lot of times people will ask, how many sets should I do or how many reps should I do? And that can vary literally like a fingerprint. But what you're wanting to do is to maybe wake the muscle up. Sometimes you want to fatigue it. So you may do 1 set, you may do up to 4 sets. A lot of that is tricking the body, treating the body so it knows I'm going to work that muscle group. And when we're here in our sessions, I always say, you know what? If you had your favorite song, you could do this for 10 minutes and not think about it. So there's not a set prescription of that. You know, I always encourage you, if you only have 10 minutes, guess what? Do 10 minutes. You may only have 10 minutes this morning, 10 minutes this afternoon, or 10 minutes at night, or 20. If you're taking those 10 minutes and you're working them effectively, guess what? They count. So I know a lot of times to carve out 30 minutes or 45 minutes, it can be a lot with a busy schedule, but just taking 10 minutes to gather that body to maybe just work shoulders or arms or calves, it makes a huge difference, okay? Now, with our weights, again, that strength and that stability, I'm still engaging those abs. I'm not relying on the back of the chair forward. And when I engage my abs and do that and sit up, it's making those abs work. It's like, oh my goodness, you know, it's working, that you can feel that. So I know sometimes getting on the floor, you want to sit up or push up, but if you could just sit up nice and tall, engage those abs, it will fire up those muscles, okay? Right here. Still got the arms right here. We're going to just bring them up. You notice how I'm bringing up my arms and hands at the same time. So my arms aren't doing it like a chicken and my hands aren't doing it. It's the whole thing, okay? Give me 8. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Let's do another set. And when we do that, think about that back and how you're just engaging it. And you can feel that in your back muscles. Ready? 8 of them. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. I'm going to put the weights down, but I'm still on this thing about core and stability, okay? So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to actually come up a little bit closer to the edge of the chair, My abs are still engaged. When I lean back, I'm not going to slump back. I'm going to lean back with all of my abs, and I'm going to feel that a little bit more even in my lower abdominals. Let's do 8 of those, okay? Let's do it. 8, 7. It's straight, okay? 6, 5, 4. It's 3. It's 2. Give me one more. Come on, one more. And 1. I want you to think about engaging your abs. I want you to know that that is so important. It's that core. I know we do a lot of things, but your activities, just walking, everything is depending on that core, your stomach, your back, this whole area. It supports so many activities. And I want you to think, you know what? Give me 5 minutes. You're at your desk, you're in a meeting, and sit up nice and tall. Sometimes we love the comfort of a chair, and we're just leaning back in it, all relaxed. Our abs, our back, everything is just relaxed. But I want you to think of starting to pull that up and just take 5 minutes a day to engage your abdominals. You will be able to see and to feel a difference. It's crazy. It's a very small move, but you can feel it. It's just like if I tell you to squeeze your hand really tight, if you're, I don't know, donating blood, you can feel that tightness, although you may not be able to see it. So think of that core, stability, strength, strong, making all of that work in your everyday activities and your functionality. From getting up out of a chair, getting out of a tub, to playing ball and twisting, getting that core fired up, engaged. It's May. Some places, depending on where you are, it may not be warm, but I'm telling you, the weather will warm up, and I want you to be able to zip up those abs as if you're a professional athlete, okay? I have enjoyed this morning. I hope you have. I hope you understand these moves aren't meant for you to just do them. It's meant for you to own them, make them your own. You know, putting a full workout around it, saying, gosh, what we just did, I enjoyed it. Take those throughout your day and just make it work for you. So I've enjoyed it. Thank you again. Tawana?
Thanks, Jerri. Folks, we want to remind you we have a survey for today's show. So please remember to complete the survey. Thanks for joining us for Mindful Movement. And remember, we're here every Tuesday, 10 a.m. Central Time. Take care.
Thank you.